Grand rising, friends and family. Today is Friday, TGIF, as the people say. So today is Friday, August the 30th, and I'm going to be reading the word of the day from my daily devotional book, Dreams, Visions, and Verses of the Watchman's Message. So the word of the day for today, which is August the 30th, is hold your fire. It says there is someone in a bad situation that makes them feel uncomfortable. There's so many situations in life that we find ourselves feeling uncomfortable. It could be in a relationship, it could be a friendship, it could be a first time that you interact with someone. This one needs to just up and leave to try to avoid this evil. How many times you find yourself in a situation like that where you're like, whoa, this is really crazy? And you realize that you need to get out of this situation as soon as possible, with the least amount of conflict as possible. It would be better if this one does not try to stand in the face of evil or fight fire with fire. So there's so many different types of situations in our life where we get approached by people who are distraught. We come in contact with people who are very angry, who have negative energy, who might have all types of spirits and demons connected to them. And you can pick up on this energy. It doesn't take long. Like the first time when you interact with a person, especially if you have a discerning, what people call discerning spirit, where you can not necessarily judge a book by its cover, but you could feel negative energy. You could feel positive energy. So the same way that you are approached, whatever is coming out or whatever is within that person that comes out. And if it's in a relationship where it could be abusive, it could be a verbally abusive relationship, it could be physically abusive relationship, it could be emotional, where you feel like you get off work and you're on your way home and you start to feel depressed, or you start to feel angry, or you start to feel afraid. There's so many different things that people have to go through in their life. But this message is for someone who you need to hold your fire. Even though you're in a bad situation, the last thing that you want to do is to fight fire with fire, especially if you're fighting against someone that you know you cannot win in that situation. So this word today is for that person who you're in a situation where you know it's hectic, it's crazy, you want out, you don't feel safe, you don't feel happy, you don't feel secure. When any of the above feelings that you have in a relationship or a friendship or a situation, a partnership that you might have with somebody, like a business thing, and it starts to get really funky and it gets really nasty and you don't feel safe or you don't feel good, it's time to get out. The Bible verse that goes with that is Proverbs 25:23 through 25. I'm going to read a little bit of it, but I'm also going to add in a verse from the Quran and a verse from the Torah. When I edit this will be edited. I can only do so much on the live, but it's going to be edited and posted. So the Proverbs 25:23 through 25 goes a little bit like this. Like a north wind that brings unexpected rain is a slow tongue which provokes, no, a sly tongue which provokes a horrified look. A sly tongue which provokes a horrified look. You know, there are people who will say things to you that you would not believe, but they say that the tongue has blessings and curses, and this is real. There are things that people will say to you that will cut you down to your soul. It'll make you feel so bad or so insecure or so less than who you really are. You know, there are people who are they're experts at breaking you down with their tongue. Better to live on the corner of a roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. And this goes both ways, or a quarrelsome husband. There's nothing worse than living in a house with someone who just are hateful, spiteful, envious, negative energy. And they want to project this onto you. They want you, if they're miserable or they're in pain, instead of saying, hey, I'm in a lot of pain, I really feel bad about myself today, they'll project all of that energy onto you. So that all that negativity and all of that hate and all of those things that are tearing them apart, they push that onto you. Like cold water to a weary soul is good news from a distant land. Like cold water to a weary soul is good news from a distant land. So it's better to have good news from somewhere far away. Sometimes the people that are the closest to you are the worst ones when it comes to help. When it comes to helping you, sometimes the people closest to you, I've had people ask me, well, don't you have family? Like, don't you have friends? And they are far few and in between. You know, I've all my life had to adopt people and put them into places of family members that were missing. Family members that chose not to be in my life for whatever reason. Family members who just distanced themselves from everyone. And to have, sometimes it's better to have, there's different ways this thing could be. Sometimes it's better to have someone close, a friend who's close to you, than a brother who's far away. But then sometimes the people who are far away are the closest ones to you. Sometimes the people that you have just met may have more compassion for you. They may be more helpful to you. They may be more understanding than people that you have spent your whole entire life with. So, the word of the day for today is hold your fire. Don't be so quick to lash out, because you never know really, unless it's to save your life or a loved one or some innocent person, you should really think about how you're going to respond before you respond, especially if it's not a physical threat or if it's, your life isn't in danger. You really need to think about it, because it is better sometimes just to put your hands up. It's sometimes just to push back, sometimes to not try to get revenge on your own. God says that revenge is his, and there are energies, if you want to call them angels, in place who take vengeance for you. I used to believe that I had to get vengeance on people. Anybody who hurt me or wronged me or did anything to me, I thought that I needed to get back at them myself. But all you got to do is let go, as they say, let God, put it in God's hands. You do what you have to do to, sustain yourself and sustain your life, but you don't waste your time trying to get back at people who do things to you. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy, and what goes around comes around. Whatever negative energy a person puts towards you, it's gonna come back to them, and it usually comes back multiple folds in multiple ways. So that's the word of the day. Thank you for tuning in to the Watchman's Message. Be sure to search, download, and subscribe to a Watchman production, which is the smart TV app that you may be viewing this on. And we have a lot of other opportunities available on our smart TV app for just about anything that you could think of, any kind of talent, singing, dancing, poetry, rap. If you have a book, if you're an author, if you're an artist, if you have a product, business, or service that you would like to have a commercial done for your business. If you're a young person and you would like to learn about different types of businesses, we have Urban Youth Experience, where we take young people to businesses, and you get a few minutes with a couple of different businesses. Like if you're on one show, you go to 3 different businesses and have at least 7 to 10 minutes at each business, and they will show you how to sweep and mop a floor, or how to make a pizza, or how to write up a contract or an invoice. And these experiences, I think, are positive for young people so that they could see what's out there and what they might be interested in, whether it's to work at a certain business or firm, or it's maybe to have your own business. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Word of the Day. I'm Greg the Watchman, and have a great day. Have a really great weekend. Love, peace, and happiness.
The Bible, Proverbs 25:23-25. The north wind brings forth rain, and a backbiting tongue, angry looks. It is better to live in a corner of the housetop than in a house shared with a quarrelsome wife. Like cold water to a thirsty soul, so is good news from a far country. The Quran, Surah Al-Furqan 25:63. And the servants of the Most Merciful are those who walk upon the earth easily, and when the ignorant address them harshly they say, words of peace. The Torah, Leviticus 19:17-18. You shall not hate your fellow in your heart. Rebuke your fellow, but incur no guilt because of him. You shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against your countrymen. Love your fellow as yourself. I am the Lord.
Tick, tick, boom. Who bringing the noise? Go baby, we bringing our toys.
Step on the land, I've got your hand, and now we're way down, fade out low. Was it your plan? Can't understand. I love the air you bring, everything. Under the sun, a fire is burning. You tell me to hold on tight. I wish that we could stay here forever. I wanna remember all the sight of you brings the fight in me, makes me wanna move. Fingers down your spine, looking in my eyes, feel your hands on mine. Tonight we're freer than ever. I wanna remember. Oh, we run every endeavor. I wanna remember.
You'll never see me again. And I had an STD. But you know what? I know it's gonna be worth it because your words just hypnotize me.
Step on the land.